Have you tried to change your life dozens of times, but always end up back in the same patterns? You've done therapy, read self-help books, practiced gratitude and visualization, but nothing really transforms your reality? The problem isn't your willpower or techniques. The problem is that you're trying to create a new life using the same old identity. Today you'll discover exactly how the observer effect, a quantum physics principle, can instantly dissolve the version of you that's blocking your results. You'll see how one shift in consciousness literally collapses a new reality, and learn the precise technique that transforms who you're being at a cellular level. There's a version of you already living the life you want, at a different frequency, and today you're going to tune into it. Let me tell you about Marina, an architect who tried to manifest financial prosperity for years. She did her affirmations every morning, created vision boards, practiced gratitude religiously. But every growth opportunity kept slipping through her fingers. Marina was doing everything right on the surface, but something deeper was happening. Every morning when she woke up, before speaking her first affirmation, her body had already assumed the same emotional chemistry as yesterday. The same feeling of, maybe today will be different, but probably not. The same stomach tension when thinking about money. Dr. Joe Dispenza discovered that after age 35, 95% of what we consider ourselves are actually memorized responses, automatic emotional triggers, and unconscious thought patterns. Most of what you believe to be your personality is just programming running on autopilot. But here's the game-changing question. If 95% of who you are isn't really you, who would you be if you removed all that programming? And how does this connect with quantum physics to create instant reality changes? Here's what will blow your mind. At the quantum level, reality doesn't exist in fixed form. It exists as infinite possibilities, what scientists call superposition. These possibilities only become reality when observed by consciousness. But here's the discovery that changes everything. It's not just observing that determines which reality manifests. It's who you're being while observing that selects which possibility collapses into your experience. You are the universe in human form. Every thought generates electrical impulses. Every emotion radiates magnetically. Together they create a signature constantly messaging the quantum field. And that message isn't what I want, it's who I am. Marina was trying to attract prosperity, but her daily emotional broadcast was transmitting scarcity, anxiety, and distrust. Not because she was bad, but because part of her, a subconscious identity, was still operating from a childhood financial trauma when her father lost his job and the family struggled. When 8-year-old Marina watched her parents fight about money, she made an unconscious decision. It's safer not to expect too much from money because it can disappear. For decades, this decision ran like background software, sabotaging every opportunity. Now here's something that will revolutionize how you understand manifestation. Your heart generates an electromagnetic field 60 times greater than your brain's, extending several feet beyond your body. The HeartMath Institute discovered that when your heart achieves coherence through emotions like gratitude or peace, it synchronizes all your internal systems and energetically influences everything around you. You're a walking electromagnetic transmitter, constantly broadcasting your identity. Every person you meet, every opportunity that appears, every synchronicity you experience responds to this signature you carry 24/7. Two people can enter the same room with identical opportunities and have completely different experiences. One transmits, "I am open, worthy, confident," while the other broadcasts, "I am closed, undeserving, afraid." The universe responds to both exactly as they are vibrationally. But here's where this gets scary for some. When you change who you're being, you're not creating a future reality. You're tuning into a timeline that already exists right now in the field of infinite possibilities. The truth that will set you free. You don't need to create a new version of yourself. You need to stop feeding the version that no longer serves you. Your current identity is like malware running in your operating system, installed through past experiences involving pain, rejection, or trauma. Since then, it operates automatically, making decisions and creating emotional responses without your awareness. This identity isn't sabotaging you. It was created to protect you. At some point, your psyche decided it was safer to expect little, to guard yourself, to control rather than trust. That decision was wise then, and may have saved your emotional survival. The problem? This protective identity never got the update that you've grown, that circumstances changed, that you now have resources you didn't have before. It keeps operating as if you're still that vulnerable person who needed protection. And here's what nobody tells you. There's a specific technique that can dissolve this programming in minutes, not months. Marina discovered it when she stopped trying to fix her situation and started observing the version of herself creating these patterns. Marina realized that every time a big opportunity appeared, part of her got anxious, not excited, anxious, as if success were dangerous. When she traced this feeling deeper, she found that 8-year-old making that unconscious decision about money, being unsafe. The moment Marina recognized this pattern as an old survival strategy, not truth about reality, something extraordinary happened. She stopped being the person afraid of success and became the person observing that fear with compassion. This activates what neuroscientists call the prefrontal cortex, your higher consciousness center, while quieting the amygdala responsible for survival reactions. It's a measurable change that rewires your brain in weeks. When you observe your patterns without identifying with them, you literally become the witness. And in quantum language, the witness collapses probability waves. You're no longer the pattern. You're the awareness observing the pattern. Marina's changes were almost immediate. She accepted a project she would have previously rejected from fear. This project opened doors that completely transformed her career and income. What changed wasn't her manifestation technique, it was her vibrational identity. And you're about to learn the exact process. Bruce Lipton proved something revolutionary. The moment you change your perception about a situation, you literally rewrite your body's chemistry. Your cells receive new signals, genes express differently, and you transmit new information to reality. During transformation, you'll notice subtle but powerful changes. Maybe you wake up feeling more centered. You make choices your old self never would, speaking truth in meetings, following intuition, setting boundaries. These are quantum alterations. Each choice from your new identity collapses fresh possibilities into reality. You're selecting which version of the multiverse you experience moment by moment. The more consistently you choose this way, the more momentum builds. You'll notice meaningful coincidences that defy logic. You think of someone, they contact you. You need information, it appears. This is evidence your new signature is magnetizing aligned experiences. Here's the technique that accelerates everything. Every morning before checking your phone or engaging the world, do this conscious observation exercise. Close your eyes and simply observe thoughts and emotions that naturally arise. Don't try changing or judging them. Just observe like a curious scientist studying a phenomenon. When you notice a thought or emotion belonging to your old identity, anxiety about money, fear of rejection, any familiar pattern, mentally say, I observe this pattern, but I am not this pattern. I am the consciousness that observes. Then intentionally tune into the version of you already living your desired reality. Don't force or dramatically visualize. Simply feel what it would be like being that person now. How would they breathe, feel in their body? What would be their internal energy? Practice this just a few minutes each morning. You're training your brain to access this new identity while weakening old patterns through lack of attention. When you master this, something revolutionary happens. You stop trying to manifest a new life and naturally align with the version already living it. Reality isn't linear from past to future. There's an unlimited field of possibilities happening simultaneously, all accessible depending on your tuning. The you that's prospering, healthy, and fulfilled isn't coming. It's present at a different frequency. Your only task is eliminating vibrational resistance between where you are and who that you already is. When this happens, people comment that you seem different. They can't identify what changed, but feel your energy transformed. Some will be drawn to this new version, while others feel uncomfortable because your elevation exposes their limitations. This indicates you're moving correctly. Marina didn't just resolve financial issues. Her relationships deepened because she stopped operating from emotional scarcity. Her health improved because chronic security stress disappeared. Creative opportunities appeared in areas she'd never considered. Stabilizing this requires understanding some days will be challenging. You might wake up feeling your old version has returned completely. These are integration days, when consciousness anchors new identity deeper into cellular structure. On these days, be gentle and consciously choose actions aligning with your new identity, even if you don't feel like it. This consistency exponentially accelerates transformation. You're not building artificial personality, you're removing conditioning layers until only authentic essence remains. It's revelation, not forced creation. Every time you choose observation over automatic reaction, responding from center instead of fear, you strengthen true identity pathways while weakening old ones. The beautiful part, this process accelerates exponentially. The more you operate from new identity, the more evidence you accumulate that transformation is real. This evidence strengthens conviction, which accelerates future manifestations. Eventually, you reach where doubt doesn't make sense because you have irrefutable experiential data that you're a conscious observer capable of collapsing new realities through presence quality. At this level, manifestation isn't something you do, it's something you are. You don't need elaborate techniques or complex rituals. Your conscious presence becomes the mechanism through which realities reorganize. Marina reached this point months after her initial transformation. She wasn't trying to attract perfect opportunities. She was being the person who naturally experiences abundant opportunities in all life areas. What makes this truly revolutionary is it doesn't just affect the specific area you want changed. When you transform fundamental identity, entire reality reorganizes to reflect this new version. You're no longer broadcasting the past. You've changed your signal, and this change has beautiful, unimaginable consequences. The observer effect now works through you, consciously and intentionally. Every moment you observe from this new identity, you actively collapse fresh possibilities into reality. You're not passively watching life unfold. You're selecting which reality version materializes through observation quality. Your conscious presence as you witness and co-create your world. When you finally release who you were to embrace who you really are, reality reorganizes around this new truth. Not in distant future, but now. This moment. Because real change doesn't begin when the world changes. It begins when you change. And maybe for the first time in a long time, you're feeling this internally. This inexplicable lightness. This unique mixture of deep peace and infinite possibility. This internal whisper confirming something fundamental and irreversible has shifted in your frequency. The moment you recognize your old patterns as simply programs, not who you are, you automatically become the observer. And the observer, in quantum language, has power to collapse old possibilities and open new realities. This isn't about hating your past self. This is about freedom, allowing yourself to stop carrying the burden of a version that only existed to survive circumstances that are gone. If this journey awakened something genuine within you, if it reminded you there's a version of you that isn't broken, limited, or stuck, but infinitely capable and complete, then leave your mark in the field. Comment below, the old version has been dissolved, and let those words be your vibrational signature to the universe. The old version completed its purpose heroically. The new version is already writing your story's next chapter, and reality is listening to every word, feeling every intention, responding to every choice.